Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Chelyn with 8-Bit Co-op, and I am back with another episode of Pillars of Eternity. In our last episode we completed the ruins, which was our first dungeon adventure, and now we came out the other side and we are in, it looks like, Chelyn, very French name, and I have not explored this at all, but just from the very beginning it looks pretty interesting. We, in the last episode, was able to get through and keep our party intact, so we still have Hienin and Kalisha. So let's get on with today's adventures. Okay, so and to remind, okay, so it looks like something's gonna happen. Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone, or ash. The other figures gaze upon it with what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath the metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
That's interesting.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Now this is quite an interesting machine. Now, if I saw what happened to him, I don't know if I'd be able to just give everything up either. Wow, that's a bright screen. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision, and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land, and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they're all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with thick gray beard in ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Oh, snap. You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Oh, sounds like a little bit of tinnitus. Anyway, movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Heaton and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Let's see if they had anything that was better than anything I had. It was quite a shame that Kalisha had to die. She, that's quite rough. So, in effect, what happened is your entire party just died. That's kind of disheartening. So, but we have leveled up. So, I'm now level 2. And the way the level up process goes is you go ahead and allocate your points through your skills. I'm going to level up my mechanics, and most likely my lore. Lore or survival? I know I want to keep my mechanics pretty high. I will level each one of those and then keep that point because I am going to keep my mechanics pretty high. And then my class unlock, Eye Strike, 10 Focus, Blinded, Dazed, for my target, and then blinding nearby targets. Shoal Shock. So, allied target +3. Okay, so it starts at the target and goes out. Shock. Okay. Tenuous Grasp. It's Frighten and Confuse. And Whisper of Treason is Charmed. No 2 yet. I'm gonna go ahead with a charm, and then that increases my focus, that modifies Soul Whip, that's a stun, and that's more damage. Now let me see. I use a bow and crossbow a lot. Right now I have a rapier and a dagger. Let me see what's over here. Burn damage reduction, shock damage reduction, corrode damage reduction, freeze damage reduction. Okay, this heals me. And this heals other people. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead with the damage because eventually I want to get someone who will actually be my healer. So, it looks like I don't have my party like I thought I would. I'm gonna go ahead and quick save it because I'm a little bit paranoid about the whole saving thing. Oh wow. That's quite brutal. Okay. Oh, we can loot these guys. I wonder what they'll give me. Vessel flesh. Okay. I'll take it. Hopefully it's just... Oh, wow. It's a lady being burned at the... or a person being burned at a stake. I can't really tell if it's a lady or what. It's quite the violent scene. So, what does this say? Let's get a little bit closer. Don't be shy. Massive structures formed of stone, edra, and copper and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Okay. Let's go see what's going on in Valewood, because ultimately what we want to do is we want to get to the Gilded Veil to see if we can get someone to help us with whatever is now plaguing us.
I only need a minute.
That is definitely not a good sign when you walk in and see a dead body just laying there. Definitely gives you pause for concern. If I just walked into a neighborhood and said, hey, there's a dead body laying there, I wouldn't be like, hey, that's cool, let's hang out here. I mean, definitely not what I would first be thinking. Though I will say, I walked into work once. Granted, my line of work is very interesting to begin with. But I did walk into work once, and I saw someone laying on the floor, and I was like, what's going on there? They're like, that's just where they decided to lay. And you just go, oh, okay. Another day at good old work. But I work in a medical setting, in a hospital. And a lot of times, they're just those... Did you see that guy run? There's just those kind of things that randomly happen, and you go ahead and just roll with the punches and hope that, you know, hope for the best. So... Oh, it's an outlaw. Okay, so for the outlaw... First thing I'm gonna do is try to hit him with my corrode. Run up until he sees me.
Charge!
And then kill him. Okay. That was not a bad battle. I'm quite happy with the way that turned out. Especially with what I received from it. I received some headgear, and the headgear, I believe, helps from being crit, if I do think. I think it helps you to not be crit. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that's what that does. So, and if I'm wrong, just someone let me know. That'd be quite embarrassing, but I think that's what it does. So let me see what we're looking at. There's still some... Oh my. These whole dead body things laying around. Okay, so... that looks like a mix of trouble I'm not sure I'm ready for yet. So I am gonna go look around real quick first. See if I can't find any other trouble I need to get in first. And then I'll go back there. I'm not sure if 3 or 4 on 1. I think there was 4 on 1 is a very fair fight at this point.
Gods keep you.
Naunton. This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in a quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. "Greetings," he says, a little breathless. "On your way south, is it?" He wipes his brow, turning to face you. "The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Our caravan was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gilded Vale." "Hard luck. I'm sorry to hear it. You should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep to the road, and you haven't far to walk. But you'll want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came upon a bear instead. Great monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it." He shakes his head. "I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else." "Well, who are you?" "Name's Naunton. Born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since." His face twists. "Luckier than Pearly, I suppose." "Where did you find this bear?" "In a cave, a ways up that way." He turned a point to the northwest. "I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. I would hate to hear that it took another life." "Well, at least thanks for the advice. Farewell." Okay, so up in this area. Let's go see what we can find up there, though. The grass is still flattened behind the wagon's wheels. Barrels of cabbages, potatoes, and squash have been overturned and abandoned. Oh, woof. Okay.
It's not working! It's high time for some rest.
So, hopefully, that's a little bit quicker.
It's not working!
A lot of times the crossbow being pulled back is... Oh, critical fatigue. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and camp real quick. And... this is just one of the most beautiful cinematics that I've seen for camping in a lot of games. And it's just awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. Shattered pieces of crater strewn across the dirt, along with a few muddy vegetables. So, let's see. Okay, it looks like we've reached that side, the edge of the map over there. This is where we came in. So my gander is somewhere up here is where we would find the bear. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to take a risk and go ahead in and look around the cave. Okay, this does not look to be a very big cave, so I will definitely come back here later. At least now it's marked on the map.
I shall.
So now that I know... Okay, there's a camp over there that I gotta come back and revisit, and there's a cave over there. I'm gonna go ahead and see what other locations I need to discover in order to fill out the map a little bit more. I don't know why, but whenever I play games, I just have this compulsion almost to make sure that the maps are all filled out. It's like I don't want to miss anything, so I'm always looking for how do I get to like up here, and how do I make sure I get to all the places that I can when I'm exploring. I absolutely love exploring new areas. That looks... Oh, it's a Zarip. I don't know what one of those are. Well, here's our chance to learn, Or 3. Okay, so we're gonna aim at this one. Hopefully by the time they get to me... Okay. That worked mostly. Do it again. These two. And... there's 5, there's 2, there's 5 pips. So I'm gonna work on this one first. Hopefully, because this is your focus down here, and each spell takes a certain amount of focus. Build focus by your soul whip. So and whew, that I did not expect. All right. Oh, Zarip tongues? That's kind of gross. Yeah, let's put them right in my stash so I'm not carrying them around. The struts and supports are large enough to be the ribs and vertebrae of a dragon. A quarterstaff, a padded cap, and some copper monies. Okay. Well, I don't want this episode to go on too long. I don't want it to drag out too long, and I want to be able to go and try that bandit camp. Let me see what we're looking at. Oh, we're about halfway through this one, this level, to be level 3, so I am going to go ahead and try my luck with the bandit camp. Now, I am not promising anything. I will tell you that right now. So, let me see. But, oh wait, what's in here? Let me see what we can find. Oh, there's a wolf in here. Nice. Let me go ahead and... or 2. Or 3. Okay, let me just attack that one. Okay. Got me down to 2. Hopefully I'll be able to rebuild these fairly quickly with my soul whip. Get some damage reduction going. Try this again.
It's not onward!
Well, that was quite interesting. Okay, let's see what we find in here. Let's let that rejuvenate, just in case. Just some ruins right now. What is this? These aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Examine the wall more closely. The heavy bricks are slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, one might easily reach the top. Scale the wall. You find a handhold upon one of the large stones, and start to pull yourself up, but the uneven bricks and odd angle of ascent make the climb difficult, and after a short distance your arms begin to burn too fiercely. You are forced to drop back down to the ground. So that's interesting. There has to be a way to get up there, and it says there are particular tools that we can use. Now let me look. 1802. I think instead of risking it, I'm going to go ahead into Gilded Vale first, and then go from there. And as we go into Gilded Vale, what I'm going to do is go ahead and wrap up this episode. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Pillars of Eternity, and I hope that you join me in future adventures. See you next time.